What the fuck? Oh, right, I have Nikkei open. Oops. Whoopsies. Let me bring this down. Alright, and then let me put these on and lower the volume. Alright. Hello everybody, Nick S58 here. There we go. And fuck, my brain is scrambled today. We have food coming, so I might have to not bounce, but like might have to go on BRB semi soon. The bastard fucking said it would be here by like 6:14, but nope, fucking not even close. Alright, so we got that. I'm also going to have to pull up a music playlist. You know what? Oh, I could do this. I can use Steam Link. I can use Steam Link along with all my shit so that I don't need my keyboard. I'm a fucking genius. Okay, yeah, that'll be the one I pop open. Alright, now let me get my handy dandy drawing tablet pen and we can get fucking started, baby. I'm like not sure if I'm gonna do a Bob Ross or something, or maybe I'll try to do something. I think I said I was gonna try to do something original, so we'll see how that goes. But first, as always, we're gonna do a lesson because, you know. I think we finished our last one. Yeah, we're on this now. Melon. Did this, and we did mini lesson mushrooms, so let's get started. Good gracious, it is hot. Days like this bring back memories of my youth. The scent of fruit in sun-bleached streets, colorful jazz melodies in the air. Oh, hey, what a coincidence. I'm going to be playing jazz myself. I'm going to go put up my hair really quick. I have to get up and get a hair tie for a moment. But that will be very quick, and I will still be able to talk to you guys while I do it, because I'm just going to stand here and do it. I don't know why I can't get it right when I sit down. I can't get it in the right, like, spot, you know? It just always fucks up. I should also probably brush it. I don't know where the brush is. I found my comb. You can comb it a little. Make it all nice and silky smooth while I yammer. I like that word a lot. I like yammer. I wish it was used more than yap. Yap is fine, but I think yammer really brings to mind the idea of someone who's just going on and on and on without any like real thoughts. Alright. Hair has been sufficiently combed. And now I'm gonna put up my hair. I'm so glad that I have such a long hair that I can put it up like this. I've been edging closer and closer to getting it into like a really high ponytail. I'm so happy about that. 'Cause that's like my ideal, you know, my ideal look for myself. Alright. So now that I have that, I'm gonna close my door. Oh. There we go. Why is... I just realized, what the fuck? Ah. Why did that just close everything out? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay, so remote play mutes the game, it mutes the desktop. Gotcha. You know what I should do is I should take this moment to empty out my phone camera into a Google Drive. Which one is this? Is there nothing in this one? Alright, you know what? I'll do this while I do that. I can just smell the fruit now. That must be the melon I left to ripen. It'll be perfect for today's lesson in which we'll explore the use of color. Let me just cut it into slices. There, that looks delicious, doesn't it? Not particularly. I'm allergic. Save and continue. Now give me a moment while I... Actually... Jesus Christ. I have 21,611 pictures. I wish there... Alright, maybe I'm not doing this now. Maybe I'm doing that later. Alright. In stage 1, we're going to paint the whole canvas with a rich purple. This is called painting a ground, and we'll need our biggest brush for it. Oh, let me, There we go. We want to put lots of paint on the brush to cover the canvas quickly and thoroughly. You can tap the plus and minus icons on the brush to change the amount of paint on it. That we can. Oh, thank you. My kind and wonderful sibling, N, has just delivered me the Shaw's. This is Peak. It's as that one image of was it Don Quixote? I think it was. It's Peem. Alright. However, we're not gonna have time to eat. Maybe I'll take a break after like 3. No, we'll take a break at the halfway point of the lesson because it's 8 parts. So I'll take a break at 4 and we'll do that. Now we can splash paint around and loosen up at the same time. I really like this glossy bit down here. Or I guess it's on the top screen. Using lots of paint is great for covering big surfaces and creating thick, rough textures. A smaller amount is better for small, accurately painted surfaces and details. Our choice depends on what we're painting and what effects we want. So feel free to experiment and discover the expressive possibilities. Alright. There's gonna be some page flipping because it's an Animal Crossing thing, but hey, you know? That's alright. It's all A-okay. Let me pull up chat while we just paint in our thing here. And fuck that it's right when you get comfortable, right when you know, sit down to do something that your food comes in and then you start getting hungry again. Like you get over that hunger, you get over the feeling that, you know, you just want to fucking devour it. And then it comes in and then it's just, oh. Speaking of food, I'm going to be out tomorrow, but I'm thinking of starting a new thing Sunday, because I'm going to be, well, I mean, I haven't, I should tell him soon. My friend Greg, semi-frequent commenter on the streams, has offered to take me to go see Thunderbolts this weekend. So I have to tell him that I can do it Sunday and not tomorrow. But I'm thinking of doing a new thing. Ain't that something already? There we go. That's how I can do it. But I'm thinking of doing a new thing where I like make a short of me just reviewing a movie I've seen recently. There, we've painted the ground. The fuck going on down there? In stage 2, we're going to add shadows and lighting to the ground. Do you like my purple cloth? I chose it particularly for this lesson to jazz things up. You'll see its importance later, after learning about color theory. The wonderful human eye can distinguish about 10,000 distinct colors. That may seem daunting for a painter, but understanding how color works is really very simple. All the hues come from three main colors: red, yellow, and blue, which we call primary colors, unless you're using a printer, in which case it is cyan, yellow, and magenta. I added in that last little bit of trivia. Mixing two primary colors in equal amounts gives us three more colors, called secondary colors. Red mixed with yellow gives us orange. Red mixed with blue gives us purple. And yellow mixed with blue gives us green. Mixing each secondary color with one of the primary colors it's made of gives us another 6 hues. These are tertiary colors: red, orange, blue, green, blue, violet, and so forth. To organize all these colors, we can use something called a color wheel. Each tertiary color sits between the primary and secondary color needed to mix it. We have a color wheel in the paint set, which you can use for reference if you need it. Simply tap the color wheel icon to slide it out and back again. Black and white are not on the wheel, as they relate more to lightness than color. Adding white to a color creates a lighter tint, while adding a black creates a darker shade. Let's go on and paint the shadows on the cloth now. We'll need the large, flat brush and the darker purple for this. I've watered down some of the colors so they spread more evenly. Let's use a little less paint as well, since we're painting smaller areas. Great! I'm going to paint these shadows using the shortest strokes. Be as bold as you like. It's always good to express yourself through brush movements. Yeah, I tend to prefer Vincent's on the bottom. Alright, let's get this going. But yeah, I wanna do it because I want to have a sort of I don't know, I feel like there's something I can say about movies to a degree. Maybe not as well as other people, but I feel like it's important for, like, you know, learning how to talk about film to, like, actually talk about it, you know? And I want to talk about stuff that I like. So I'm gonna do that. You know? And I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I think I'm gonna like it. This is the first time in a while where I haven't chosen to spoil it for myself. So I have no fucking clue, for the most part, what goes on in that movie besides Taskmaster. But I mean, I think everyone could kind of tell they were not gonna hold on to Taskmaster. That's what he did, but I don't know. Alright, now time for this shit. I mean, it sucks because I did like. I feel like it's, you know, somewhat hot take. I liked what they did with Taskmaster. For the role that she needed to play in the MCU for that movie, I think she was fine. Would I have liked a more accurate, like, you know, mouthy kind of character? Yes. But do I think that it was imperative that she needed to be that? No, I don't think that she needed to be anything, really. I think that she was fine with what she was given, and, you know, she made it work, and that's all that matters. Alright, hold on, I have to fix that too. Is this cheating, or is this, you know, simply art in process? I know not. Nor do I care. Yeah. Alright, let me have some water. Alright. Let's see. I think we're good. I think we're good with this now. Possibly. I mean, this could probably stand to be a little girthier. Yeah, I think that's as good as we're gonna get with this. Great. Now let's use lighter purple for the brightest parts of the cloth. I'm going to block this in just like the shadow. Simple as that. Are you ready to try? Alright. Yeah, this is a lot easier, but I think it's because I'm using smaller brush now, so it's, you know, not as tough to get a good call on things. Honestly, from everything I've seen from it, I do think I'm gonna like Thunderbolts. It looks like a very fun movie, especially for me as someone who's like enjoyed and kept up for the most part with, you know, late stage and MCU. I still have to watch. I still have to finish. She-Hulk. I have to watch The Marvels and I think Daredevil Born Again, and I think that's it for my catch-up. But, you know. It is what it is. But I'm gonna finish Uma Musume first. Alright. I think we can move on. Well done. We finished the cloth by adding shadows and light. Oh, we fucking it up. We fucking it up a little. But we're trying. We're doing our best. In stage 3, we'll be painting the plate our melon is sitting on. This is a great time for a short break to talk about color. Many of history's great painters would envy today's wide selection of pigments. Until the 19th century, colors like red, blue, and purple were rare, expensive luxuries. In Roman times, extracting just a gram of Tyrian purple took nearly 10,000 shells. But when the science of chemistry took off, it created an explosion of new colors. Like music, color can be used harmoniously to emphasize certain moods. Or daringly to create startling counterpoints. Paul let me Google that to see how you pronounce that. French, okay. Paul Cézanne. I'm gonna assume that's how it is, because the Google thing said Cézanne, and it sounded a little white. So, Paul Cézanne was one artist who took advantage of the vast range of colors. He painted everyday objects with a medley of colors and the spontaneity of a fine musician. He's considered a master of still life painting, as he didn't try to copy nature precisely, but aimed to represent it through use of color and shape. He painted objects spontaneously, with simple outlines and bold planes of color. Now, it's time to start painting our plate. The plate is circular, but it looks flattened because of our viewing angle. Let's get the grid out and plot some marks to help us draw the edge. We'll use a medium round brush with a moderate amount of light paint. First, I'll mark out the edges at the top and at the side. Let me do something really quick. Digital pen. Oh, not what I meant to do. Okay, I've turned off something called Windows Ink. So maybe that'll stop the, double tapping. Oh, yep, that is what was causing it. I think we are in the best point now. And now I'll connect the dots. Okay, so from B1 to G. Oh no, I guess it would be B2 to G6. This method helps simplify drawing curves with a little care. Gives great result. Alright. What the fuck? What the fuck? Is my controller not connected? No, it is. So what the fuck's going on? What the fuck? Okay, today's just one of those fucking days where nothing wants to work. Or alright, maybe if I turn it off and turn it back on. So, pop the battery out. I have to turn my controller off by popping the battery out. Because fucking... Okay. That was weird. So... Oh, let me play the jazz for y'all. Oh, wrong place. Should be... Just covering up a good 90 to 95% of what we've done so far. We gotta leave a little bit of that open. And let's see how bad it looks. That looks like shit. We have a very scraggly plate. I know we're filling it in later, but you know, let's try to get ahead of the curve here. At least we can attempt to straighten this shit out. Alright. Let's see the next step. Well done. Now that the tricky part is over, we can turn off the grid. Let's get the big brush out now and load it fully with the same color. Now it's time to splash around and block in the plate. Okay. Have a little bit of water. And grab a fry. Having a tough time resisting it. Take care to stay within the curve of the plate. No, to stay within the curve so the plate has a sharp edge. Why does mine look like that? Alright. I'll do my best, Vincent. Fuck. Oops, almost forgot. Alright. I remember when I was in school, I used to really enjoy painting. I wish I could go back to doing that. I wanna paint more, but paint is expensive, and I do not have money. I have to make an appointment sometime early next week. It can't be Monday. I think Tuesday I'll see if I can get for, I have to go get well, not have to, but I want to go, start selling plasma. And if I can do it that early, at the place that my mom found, I'll be able to get both Cindy and Graves skins. And then I'll be able to maybe also get some extra shit. My thought is I'm gonna try to get that indie game I wanted, Keep Driving. Or I could get my 3DS fixed. One of the two. Jesus, he couldn't have put a little bit of water on this? Alright. It doesn't really have that crisp of an edge, and it didn't really have that crisp of an edge before either. But I mean, I fucking... A sweeping highlight around the edge of the plate will add some extra form. A fully loaded, small, round brush should work well. Before doing sweeping marks like this, I like to run through the motions first. Excuse me. Is the plate green? Am I fucking stupid? Practicing the motion helps you understand the movement and make a confident mark. That's the problem, but I ain't got no confidence in me, so. He's starting on the side edge. So we'll do that. Oh, almost forgot that as well. I am starting to see the final product though in this, you know. Like, at a certain point, you start to see what you're making, and it's like, oh, okay. I'm like freak moding it right now. I got my tongue sticking out. Alright. I think that is good for that. Wonderful. The last element to add to our plate is the shadows. I think of this as the baseline, holding the elements of our composition together. Without it, our melon would float off the canvas with no sense of space or depth. I think that kind of looks pretty good, though. I think that could be an interesting commentary if you don't add a shadow to it, but you still shade it. It's an interesting commentary on, you know, being poor. Being poor, so you have to visualize food but that you can't eat. It's food that's not there. You have to rotate the melon in your mind for sustenance. Let's get a medium flat brush with a moderate amount of paint for this. Our melon casts a cool, dark shadow on the plate from the light source above. Try to follow the plate's form as you paint to enhance its shape and contours. Alright. This one I think we can do without zooming in, so I'll put the controller down. Yeah. I really do miss my art class, though. I had such a good art teacher, man. Shout out Mr. Tom, if you're somehow seeing this. You bearded genius. You made me truly enjoy my time doing art with you. It was an honor, a privilege, even. He really was a good teacher. Most of the other teachers I had for art have always been very blasé about it. He actually tried, and I respect the hell out of him for that, for trying to get a class full of teenagers to give a shit about art. Look, we even got that little chip there in the shadow. This might be good. This might be good. I might be goated. That's the plate painted. We're making good progress now. Okay, we're on part 4. Sorry, just gonna have a little bit more fry. They're all soggy from the condensation of the steam. Stage 4, we're going to do some blending. There's much more to painting than just putting the paint on the canvas. One of the best things about paint is that it can be blended after you've placed it. The cloth and that shadow look very blocky right now, with what artists call hard edges. With a clean brush, we can blend these edges together, creating subtler in-between colors. Let's get the medium flat brush for this and remove all the paint. All of it? Not even some water? Now we can brush along the edge where different colors meet to create a soft gradient. Spend some time thinking about which parts of the cloth should be blended. Look for where the hard edges and soft edges on the cloth are. We need to blend the parts where the colors merge into each other, leaving the rest alone. Okay, so basically just go over the edges of what I've done. Yeah, that sounds good. We got a lot more of the edge than just the edge on that plate. On the shadow, I mean. That really helped to redefine the shape. That really helped to refine the shapes. Ready to try it? Not necessarily, sir, but I'll do my best. As a certain mint chocolate ice cream loving idol said, I'll do my rubesty. AKA Gumbarubi? God, I will never get over how fucking insane it is that in the year of our Lord 2025 Love Live is popping off with the ice cream thing. I'm hearing Love Live in places I should not be hearing Love Live. Yeah, like, you know what I mean by that? Like, I'm hearing, you know, Ruby-chan, hi. I'm hearing that in places where it's like, you're normal. You shouldn't be doing that. No. No. You're a normal person with normal person things that you talk about often. Why are you... What do you mean? What are you talking about? Some Ruby-chan hi? What? Like, I like it. You know, I'm right there with them. You know. But like, it's jarring, is all. You know. I spend so long living in the shadows of my own preferred entertainment. And then here comes Love Live to just body slam me. Now, is this what he did? I can't tell, really. Part of me feels like he pulled out from there rather than pulling in. Oh my god, this is so much better. I can make such fast strokes now. They call me the Stroker. They call me the Stroker, Batman, the way I be tugging on it. No. I regret that. I regret that as soon as it came out of my mouth. I regretted that. they always say. I don't know. I don't even have a bit in mind for that. I'm just getting enthralled by this. Am I getting more stupid because I know it's closer for me to just devour this fucking burger? Possibly. Possibly. It looks like seaweed almost. Bravo. The cloth and plate done. The accompaniments are all in place. Alright. I'm going to hit save and quit for the moment, just so that I can have the title screen background music. Because I did say 4 of 8 we'd go to BRB. Oh, why? I've been playing for an hour. Okay, well, still, I'm gonna eat really quick, and then we will be right back. I'll see you in a moment. Alright, I am back. I am back and sufficiently stuffed. Full of fries and burger and soda. So I'm a happy boy. Alright. Thank you all for being so patient with me. I don't know what's up with it, but today the water tastes different. Not in a bad way, though. In stage 5, it's time to introduce the star of the show, our melon. Excuse me. Its deep color intensified against the rich purple of our tablecloth. Let's start with a fully loaded large flat brush and the deep orange color. I'll use the grid to paint some key points before outlining the melon. Okay, so there. What if I cheated a little? What if I was a little cheaty bobeedy and took a picture? I can't. What the fuck? Why can't I can't even delete photos? What the fuck's going on? What the fuck? Alright, maybe if I turn my phone completely off and then turn... I'll just fucking do it. Alright. I do think I want to really quick lower the volume on this. On the little jazz that we've got going on. Won't even let me delete shit, bro. This is fucked up. Trying to delete a grand total of 3 images. Man, I fucking hate living the way I do. But there's not really much that I can change about that. What do you mean, chat disconnected? Man. Okay. Let's... Okay, so he made a mark right about here. He made a mark here. He made a mark here. Made a mark there. He definitely just kind of like splooged one right here. Hit one there. Bam. Yeah, I think he just kind of put marks on the corners, like where it like intersected. Seems to be what he does. Oh damn, like right in the... Alright, and then back here. And then what I can do now that I have all these lovely little shapes, is I can just start spreading. Just like Vincent. Alright. I will admit it does look a little shrimpier than his, but that's perfectly okay, because I do not really care much about getting a watermelon, not a watermelon, but like a melon of any kind wrong, because they have done nothing but hurt me. Alright, let me try to scoop that around. And I'm gonna change up the direction. We're gonna meet it at the bottom. Honestly, this did not come out as bad as I was expecting it to, so far. Next, we're gonna fill it in, and then it's gonna turn into a fucking travesty. Now let's switch to a bigger brush to fill in the melon. This won't take long. If you say so, Vincent. There we go. Be a little careful around the edges. It's so ominous that it just goes into like this dead quiet. you know? But I guess it's so that you can concentrate while painting. Honestly, mine kind of looks more like a pregnant banana than a melon to me, but what do I know? What do I know? Oh, there we go. Now it's more melon shaped. I bet this would be like fine as fuck with like an X. Cause I remember you could like hook Citra up to like a real 3DS and like stream through it. I bet that would be fun as hell. I gotta get a better phone holder. My thing falls over too much. It's so old. It's chipped in all the worst places. Just another thing I gotta start selling plasma for. Because Lord knows I ain't gonna be able to get a job. I actually got a job offer like early this morning, but I'm like 99% sure it's a scam. But, you know, if you go through life thinking everything's a scam, then you miss out on opportunities. But I wouldn't mind missing out on an opportunity if it meant being safe. Alright, I think this came out pretty good, personally speaking. I think next we're gonna put the rind. Well done. We wanted strong, contrasting colors for this painting, and now I'll explain how I chose them. Looking at the color wheel, do you see how purple sits opposite yellow? We call these opposite pairs complementary colors. Red and green are another example. Mixing two complementary colors gives us a neutral grayish-brown color. But if we put them next to each other, they amplify one another and seem more vivid. Paul Gauguin, like Cézanne, was a French post-impressionist artist. Gauguin's unconventional use of color can help us understand complementary colors. Here he used blue and orange together to enhance the brilliance of the colors he saw. His aim was to represent his emotional response using color harmonies and contrasts. If he saw a shadow with blue hues, he might paint it with a beautiful and intense blue, while the reddish hue on a roof might be shown in much more vivid red. For the same reasons, I chose a purple cloth to enhance the rich yellows and the flesh of our melon. Before we finish the flesh, let's add the lovely green hues of the skin. For such a small area, a small, flat brush will do best. We don't want too small a brush, as we're aiming for a loose, impressionistic feel. Impressionism is less about the precision than it is about capturing the essence of a moment. There we are. It's quite easy, but be a little careful around the edges. Alright, let's get this over with. Time to ruin a painting. While I was eating, I was watching a thing about the new Deltarune newsletter. I don't know, I've been getting more into it lately. I guess because it's coming like soon-ish, relatively. I also not re-downloaded, because I never had it on my computer, but I downloaded the Steam version of Deltarune, because I had it on Switch first. But I don't really think I'm gonna... If I do end up buying the game... Well, if and when, I think I might go for the Steam version. Just because I think it'd be easier for me on my hands. And also because I have all, you know, my Toho stuff on here. So I'm more used to controlling that. There we go. Honestly, not bad. I do think I want to thicken up that a little bit more, though. Yeah, there we go. Now let's add a lighter green for the inside edge with the same brush. Here we go. It's just like the last step. So I made a good choice thickening it up. Your turn. Don't you your turn me like a schoolgirl. Alright. Just gotta go with the flow. Take it slow and steady. Don't need to rush it. I mean, I should probably keep a good pace, but you know. Why do we call it flesh and skin on a fruit? Or on like foods and stuff that aren't meat? Is it just like easier, or is it just, or is there like a scientific reason for it? I'm sure I could figure it out with like a Google search, but you know, it's one of those things that they don't teach you in school that I really think they should, because I think that's interesting. Well done. We've blocked in the base colors of the melon. Oh, that's a lot of detail that we're going to be adding. Oh, I don't know why, I just got super tired. In stage 6, we're going to start to give our melon some interest and volume. It's time to experiment with paint dilution to create a variety in our marks. All we have to do is select a tray and tap the plus and minus icons above the water jar. Where undiluted paint is bold and dramatic, adding water creates more transparent marks. Let's dilute a lighter orange color with 2 drops of water now. Well, we'll put this onto a medium flat brush to add some warmer blotches to our melon. Remember this painting I showed you earlier? Yes, I do. Cezanne short staccato brushstrokes add liveliness and accents, like an improvised rhythm with notes of color scattered across the canvas. All these reference notes and rhythm remind me of my days in a jazz band. As Henri Matisse once said, jazz is... Yeah, he said after he dropped a pen in his lap. As Henri Matisse once said, jazz is rhythm and meaning. It is a great metaphor for our use of color. Let's keep that in mind and experiment with the use of loose, expressive brushstrokes. Dabbing the paint on rather than dragging the brush will create the effect we want. Try to vary the marks. Think of music. If all the notes were the same, it would be very dull. Change the angle, length, and speed of your marks as you paint. Have fun as you work, and it will show in your end result. Doing my best, Vincent. I know this, we're probably gonna blend it, but what if I... what if I threw in a little bit of that? Honestly, this is probably the closest I've gotten to mirroring what he's done. little smiley face in there. That one kind of looks like a penis right next to the loss. All right, I think that's good. We'll do the next step. Good. But let's add even more variety to our symphony of hues. My brain produced the mental image of like a choir of hue neutron. I do the voice, but I can't really mimic the voice all that well. We want a lighter color for the translucent parts, where the light oozes through. We're painting the parts of the melon that are thin enough to be lit up from behind. I forget what that's called, like ambient inclusion or something? Or is that like the technical nerd term for it? Not the art term. Now we're starting to bring out the juiciness. If you say so. You know, I'll try to, like, instead of copying him, I'll try to do it based on the photo. First, I'll drag through the whole edge. Try to get all that. Like, get the outline, basically. And then I'll start to add, you know, the ridges that he did, if I remember right. Oh yeah, he was a lot more. And then we also have to sort of branch it off. And he was doing like a rib cage pattern almost. I don't know where he's getting that loop from, but alright, I kind of want to add more of a spike here, so alright, I think that's good. Actually, no, wait, hold it. I wanna add a little more ridginess to this part. There we go. Good work. We've added some warmth and translucency to the melon. melon. Alright, next up is definitely the blending portion. In stage 7, we're going to blend the melon. And then I'm guessing stage 8 is going to be like adding gloss. Somehow. I don't know why, this music does not sound like painting music. This sounds like gondola music. We need to combine these blocks of color on the melon into smooth, delicious whole. We'll need a clean brush, again, to blend with. If you look at the melon's flesh, you can see there are very few hard edges on it. The colors flow into each other like the same melody played on different instruments. I wonder how visible loss is gonna be once I've blended. That's it. Take your time. Get a result you're happy with. Yeah, I think this is where we're gonna spend the most of our time today. He started by just like blending in all this. Like with itself. And with the outer edge sort of this. So we'll just do that as well. I want to leave loss as intact as I can. Like to the point where it's like you have to, like you see it and you think you're schizophrenic for seeing it there. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for, baby. This actually don't look half bad for something I made. You know? Blend it a little here. I do think I should probably merge a little in here too. Oh my god, if I squint it looks almost a little real. That's crazy. Oh, I'm like hiccuping, fuck. We're almost done. All the main elements have been painted. I love the little time lapse in the bottom. Yep, this is where we add the gloss. In stage 8, it's time for the final step to make our melon look delicious. It's a small but significant element. The highlights. The most intense reflections. This is my favorite part, which most artists leave to the very end of their painting. Can you see the highlights in this still life? Here's the same painting without the highlights. Do you see the difference? it makes in creating that extra touch of liveliness. All melon has highlights at the top of the flesh and at small marks down the sides. The shape and intensity of a highlight says a lot about the texture of an object. Compare the brightest parts of the tablecloth, the plate, the melon. Unlike the rougher cloth, wet or smooth surfaces reflect intense spots of light. To help you understand the light, you can temporarily change the direction of the light source. By pressing left or right on the plus pad. Ooh. That's crazy. Seeing your subject differently is great for understanding light and form. You can change the lighting at any time in the lesson, but it will soon reset back to normal. You can paint all those other variations in free paint after you finish this lesson. Let's dab in the highlights with a small flat brush and just a little bit of paint. The small brush lets us control the size and shape of the highlights better. Here they're mixed with a touch of yellow from the color of the flesh. Ah, so you don't want pure white. Gotcha. Take plenty of care with this step. It's the finishing touch to your masterpiece. Alright. So we're just gonna gently massage in some here. And just put a little bit here. Let's see. I wish I had, this is gonna sound insane, I wish I had like, should I say this? I don't know. I wish I had like Asian swag like Northern Lion does. Like he can get away with like, I don't know if he is, he doesn't look it if he is. But I wish I could like have a little bit of that. Like, it doesn't even have to be, like, Chinese, Japanese. It could be, like, Filipino. Just want to have a little bit more to me than what I am. I want some of that raw energy that he's got. Because then maybe I'd be a little more charismatic. Alright, I think that's everything. I think that's everything I was going for here. Yeah, alright, I think we're good. I think it's done. Bravo! We've finished our painting. I think Bacon is just as pleased as we are. Let's look back now at how we painted our melon. First, we painted in our ground. Then we added shadows and lighting to the tablecloth with different purple tones. For the plate, we used various sized brushes, starting with the outline and filling it in, then adding the highlights and shadows. We then did some blending, both of the cloth and the shadow on the plate. Next, we started on the melon, blocking in the basic flesh and skin colors, and dabbing in some additional lighter colors to create variety and translucent effect. We did a final bit of blending on the melon, and then gave it a final bit of juice by adding the highlights. If you want to carry on and add more detail or change something, go right ahead. You have all the colors and brushes, and now the water jar and brush loading too. Color is the spice of art, so I hope you found this lesson fulfilling. With an understanding of color theory, you're ready to create vibrant, resonant works of art. Painting fruit is a great way of experimenting with different colors and techniques. And what's more, when you finish your painting, you have a tasty snack to eat. Our next lesson will be our first proper landscape drawing. But you can also try painting an avocado in the mini lesson if it's it's up to you. I think on that note, we can call it a day. See you soon. Yep, let's save that, and then we are good. I think we're gonna quit. I don't think we're gonna do the mini lesson today. Maybe I'll do the mini lesson another time. What I'm gonna do is, well, I've been playing, game. Give me a moment, alright? Because we're gonna do a little free paint. We always do a free paint. If you're new, this is what we do. We do one lesson, we do one free paint. Let's see what we've done so far. We have a Bob Ross. Oh, I didn't remember. I didn't think I actually did the desktop. Okay. Quick sketch of Cinderella. Fumo. The process. I ate on this background, I think. The seaside landscape with and without a tree, and our first ever one, Maki. On her birthday too. Look at it. Look at this goofy ass thing. Alright, rather than doing a Bob Ross, what I think I want to do is I want to find something. You know what? What we're going to do is we're going to paint an image that I took. We're going to paint a picture that I have taken already, because I think it was pretty fucking cool looking. So I have it pulled up on my phone. I'm going to swap the screens back. Ooh. Could I save the picture by sending it to myself on Discord and then load it in from the SD? That's a good question. My thinking is yes. Alright, general. On. Let me. And then what if I... Okay. You know, I'll put it in here. And then... paste it into the DCIM. Forgot I saved that. Alright. That should be it. Alright, I guess... Why can't I pick an SD image? Snail. Start new image. Why does it not let me pick from SD? Fine, no image. I tend to prefer going with a fine canvas. I think this will use a tinged, sort of yellowy one. And then let me pull up the image. Alright, so now I have it on my phone and on this so that it's more clear to me. Let's get this started. So, this is going to be a little bit more complicated than other things. So I'm gonna... What the fuck? Let's see. You know what? Looking at this, I do not have the brain power for that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, for once, I'm going to not do multiple paintings in one go. it's very slow day for me. It's a very slow week for me. It's a very slow month for me. And I think I need to let myself rest a little bit. What I will do, though, is I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to whip it up into my next, my next Discord profile picture, because the month has changed and I am still Family Guy themed. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. If you painted along with me, tell me how you did. I'm no Bob Ross, but I do my best. Yeah. The food is cutting through me, so I have to wrap this up quick. What is next on the docket? Coming up next week, we are going to be playing Pokemon Y. We're going back to the adventure, getting lost in not quite Lumiose, just in general. After that, we're going to be going back to Ace Combat 7, and we're going to be trying Mission 6 again, and hopefully getting through it. I might put myself back on baby mode, but, who really cares? And then, to finish that off, on the 30th, we're going to be playing Mystia's Izakaya once again. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm still looking for a fix to the crashing issue, which I'm also going to have to look for my phone, apparently. Fucking hate being alive, man. It sucks. Nothing about my existence is good. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Go follow my Twitter, NixS58Real. And follow my art Twitter, NZ58Art. I'm going to try to post more there. I'm going to try to make more art. And, I'm going to try to be more active on places that aren't Twitter. But I need to actually start using them more. But, you know how it is. Alright, that's about it. See ya.